Welcome back, everyone, both here in the room and on the live stream. I'd like to welcome you to Partnership Marketing, a winning strategy for profitable growth. We have with us now Maura Smith, the CMO, SVP of Marketing at Partnerize, and Emily Chan, the Director of Affiliate Marketing at Our Place. Please join me in welcoming them.
Hi everyone, my name is Maura Smith and I am the Chief Marketing Officer for Partnerize. If you're not familiar with Partnerize, we are the leader in partnership automation, offering the only software platform and comprehensive service practice for marketers to achieve profitable growth. We support over 1,700 brands across retail, travel, direct-to-consumer, and financial services. And we're located in 214 different countries and global markets. Today, I am happy to welcome one of our clients on stage. I'm here with Emily Chan, the Director of Affiliate Marketing for Our Place, which is a direct-to-consumer provider of kitchen essentials. So today, Emily and I are going to talk a little bit about how the right approach to affiliate and partnerships can be a vehicle for profitable growth. So Emily, welcome to the stage. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Why don't you share a little bit about your background, introduce yourself to the audience here today.
Hi, I'm Emily Chan. I'm the Director of Affiliate at Our Place. I first got into affiliate marketing about 6 years ago. Prior to that, my background is in music and public relations. But my first foray into affiliate marketing was at a small fashion brand called Soul Society. And really, my main role there was to book influencers and garner a positive ROAS, which was not a huge strategy back then, and I'd argue still not a big strategy for brands that are working with influencers today. And from there, I was recruited by Everlane, where my scope really broadened, and I was leading the whole affiliate program there. It was a full funnel approach, which was disruptive at the time as well. And the program was really comprised of top-tier editorial publications as well as paid influencers. So we really weren't focused on kind of your run-of-the-mill, like discount lower funnel publications. I grew activations, which was new customers, by 52% during my time there. I was there for about 3 years and then joined the team at Our Place about 2 years ago as Director of Affiliate, and also run a full funnel approach program there as well. And Our Place, we are a direct-to-consumer, high-growth startup. We are a business rooted in representation and impact, and we make products to connect over home cooking. So we're most known for our Always Pan.
Wonderful, thank you. Great background in the direct-to-consumer space. So I'm sure many in the audience are curious to know more about what a full funnel affiliate strategy looks like. So I would love for you to just tell me a little bit about when you were at Everlane. I imagine that you observed some macro level customer acquisition conditions, and curious how that drove your strategy and execution plan around this full funnel affiliate marketing approach. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the approach that, or the program that I was running at Everlane was more of a reaction to really the limitations of the Everlane website, as well as an extension of our brand strategy. So at the time, Everlane didn't accept promo codes, and also ran, there was maybe once or twice a year a choose what you pay sale. So they weren't running traditional sales. So we had to get creative with your affiliate program when you can't do a traditional discount program. So that's how the program was kind of born, and we really strengthened relationships with commerce editors, as well as grew the paid influencer program. So carved out a brand ambassador program, which was really around figuring out who those high revenue producing influencers are, strengthening those relationships and building that over time. And so, all of our partners really were an extension of our brand. It became very fruitful. And so it's a similar approach that we're running at Our Place, just because it's similar AOV and similar demographic. So.
Wonderful. So tell us a little bit about the key learnings that you took from the playbook that you implemented at Everlane, and how did you apply them to your current strategy at Our Place?
Yeah, so when I joined at Our Place, I took a similar approach because I think the beauty of affiliate is it's based around what publishers want to write about and what consumers want to purchase. And the Always Pan it still is like very viral. And so it was very popular with the press and with influencers. It's easy to gift a product that has a higher AOV. And so it basically I would say the main difference is that instead of disrupting fashion, we were disrupting the cookware industry. So I brought a lot of the partners over that we were working with at Everlane, and took a similar playbook.
So it sounds like when it comes to the key pillars of the successful affiliate playbook, that content and influencers played a pivotal role. So I'm curious to just understand what's the success that you've had to date, using this type of partnership, because many often think about this channel as being completely lower funnel and discount driven.
Yeah, so when you're running a full funnel program, I would say a huge benefit is you're also garnering really impactful brand impressions, which hopefully lead to a conversion along the way. And that's also the beauty of affiliate too, right? You're only paying out when a conversion takes place. And so to kind of bring me back to the question, I would say overall, sorry, can you repeat it again?
Sure. It's just, it's not often that people think about content and influencers being part of an affiliate program, a major component or a key pillar in the playbook. So just wanted you to elaborate on how that's faring for your brand at Our Place.
Yeah, really well. I think also, a couple years ago when Our Place launched, we were in the middle of a pandemic, and so everyone was stuck at home cooking and really trying to make their home as inspirational as possible. And so Our Place really took off. And also a couple years ago, rates were a little more reasonable than they were today. So we saw a lot of efficiency working with influencers. We built out a huge gifting program as well, and of course that helps with efficiencies as well when they're linking with a reward style or a shop style, and you can track all of your gifted efforts as well, and it all kind of works together. So influencers are a huge revenue driver for us.
Okay. And is there any role from promotional partners or those that are lower in the funnel at all, or is it purely just those that live in the upper funnel stages?
Yeah, so there is definitely, there's a time and a place, I think, for a lower funnel, especially right now where we're, likely headed into a recession and people are a lot more price conscious. And so, we're starting to look at and work with card linked offers, loyalty programs, cash back. So not necessarily working with huge run-of-the-mill lower funnel programs, but really being a little more strategic about when we work with them. And of course, if we're having a huge sale, then we definitely want to kind of blast that out to our loyalty-focused publications. So I think there's a time and a place.
So it's a thoughtful approach when to turn those relationships on. So can you tell me, how do you go about finding and identifying the right types of partnerships?
Yeah, so, I've said before we work with editorial as well as influencer. So we really utilize our platforms when we're looking for a partner. So Partnerize has a great discovery platform. We also have sub-affiliate platforms as well as a platform that we use called Grin, which houses our whole influencer program, and you can look up lookalike audiences, et cetera. And then my team has also been working in the affiliate and influencer space for a while. So thankfully, we have someone from Glossier, someone from Simple Human, and so collectively have just built up these relationships over time and kind of, able to bring them along on our own journey and bring them over to Our Place.
Okay, that's great. So one of the things that we often see at Partnerize, being a partnership software provider and in the affiliate marketing space, is that there tends to be a hesitancy from senior level marketing executives or leaders in organizations to really take their affiliate and partnership programs seriously. And we've actually commissioned research with Forrester Consulting that sort of confirms that statement, which is that these hesitations are usually driven by a lack of understanding about the channel or difficulty understanding how to quantify and measure impact that the channel is driving. So I'm curious, from your perspective, you've had this great run at both Everlane and Our Place leading the affiliate and partnership teams. Have you faced a similar challenge where you were struggling to gain the buy-in from your CMO or other leaders in the organization around this channel?
So at both Everlane and Our Place, senior leadership had a lot of conviction in affiliate, thankfully, so I haven't had to necessarily get buy-in. And when I joined Our Place, I was the 11th or 12th hire, very specifically to grow the affiliate program. But I would say, my recommendation for someone who kind of has to bring that across the line is the beauty of affiliate is the proof is in the pudding, right? So you can look at the data and get an understanding of which press is working for you, what are those revenue drivers, and then you can optimize with them. You can very clearly see it in your dashboards, and figure out how to strengthen those relationships. And that I also think of affiliate as it's a relationship program. So being able to have these strong relationships, you can lean on them and reach out when you see highs or lows and figure out together, because it's you're both benefiting from that relationship. They're getting paid out, you're receiving impressions and conversions, and so when you're able to really strengthen those and work together, then I think that's how you really have a strong affiliate program.
Okay, great. So I would ask you to give some advice to the audience for anybody who might be struggling to get their leaders in their organization to take their affiliate and partnership program seriously, or maybe, what advice would you offer to those in the room who have failed to really embrace this channel to date? What would you suggest?
Yeah, well, I would say if you want press, affiliate is press these days, and being able to show what outlets are actually driving revenue for you is really impactful, because as I said before, you can do more with those outlets. I think also another benefit that you can kind of show is you don't necessarily have to affiliate is you're only paying out on the conversion, so it's a very efficient channel. So I think it's kind of easy to test into and see what's working, what's not, without having to invest too much on the upfront.
Okay. And so you touched on measurement earlier, and I'm curious to hear, how are you measuring success in your affiliate relationships? We talked a lot about measurement on the phone, so can you share with the audience how you're quantifying that and helping to understand the value that this channel is driving?
Yeah, so at Everlane and at Our Place, we largely are looking at ROAS, so your return on ad spend, as well as your CAC. So constantly looking at new customers that you're bringing in the door. And the way we look at that is if we're investing a flat fee, then you're measuring that along with the commissions you paid out, and then looking at the total revenue.
Okay, so a completely holistic view.
Yeah.
So I want to shift gears a little bit, and I would love to understand how you and your team are thinking about the impact of Apple's tracking transparency, the deprecation of the third-party cookie, in terms of measuring the effectiveness of ad spend in places like Facebook, Instagram, programmatic. How has this channel been impacted, if at all?
Yeah, so I would say I think ATT has really impacted Facebook and Instagram and programmatic channels a little bit more than affiliate. But what I will say is our data team, kind of in response to this, really built out a multi-touch attribution model. And so we rolled that out at the beginning of this year, which essentially we're looking at your how did you hear about us survey responses, appointing credit, and kind of divvying that up around each team. So we're really looking at performance overall holistically at the MTA model at the end of the day. So I would say when we're looking at Partnerize, it's directional, but we're taking MTA into account definitely when we're looking at the effectiveness of the channel and how to optimize going forward.
Okay, great. And curious, with the aforementioned challenges that other acquisition channels face a little bit more so than affiliate and partnership, do you think that this has created opportunity for your channel to receive incremental funding or budget? Because there might be some benefits that the other channels don't necessarily have to offer.
Yeah, I mean, again, affiliate is very efficient, and so we will, from time to time, get more budget if it looks like Facebook or Instagram isn't as efficient that month. But I would say the challenge with that when you're working with partners is you can't necessarily just pump 50K out there and hope that you'll see 2x or something like that. It's just, it doesn't work the same as a platform where you can just invest more money and then get out more revenue. So it really kind of depends on what we have on the back burner. So I will say, as a part of our whole program, we are constantly testing and always in communication with all of our partners to see if there is any last minute opportunities. Sometimes with different newsletter placements or publishers, if you reach out, they'll be like, oh, someone just dropped out of a placement that we have at the end of the month. You can hop in there, but it is hard to just deploy an additional budget on last minute.
So that's when it's key to really lean on those relationships that you've built with the partners, right? Okay, so let's shift the conversation a little bit to the current economic environment. I'm sure many in the room are certainly thinking about inflation, supply chain challenges, recession, and the combined collective risk that these factors create for all of our businesses. So as the leader of the affiliate marketing practice at Our Place, what does the company need from you in terms of contribution during a time like this?
Yeah, I think right now all of our channel leads, we're looking at our spend. We're having to make certain cuts and really invest where we're seeing efficiencies. It's not necessarily a time to test too many crazy new ventures at the moment because there's just a lot of risk. So we're really looking at honestly leaning more into incentivizing with commission instead of having to invest really heavy flat fees on the upfront, and also looking at different CPC campaigns. And so honestly, we're kind of scaling back a little bit in terms of investing big flat fees because we're just seeing it's a really different ball game than it was last year. So yeah, overall, they're just looking at all of us to really maintain efficiency across the whole channel.
Okay. So before we wrap up this conversation, Emily, I'd like to ask you, what would you want the audience to know about affiliate and partnerships as a channel? Any advice or knowledge that you'd like to impart on the audience?
Oh man, that's a tough question. So I would say, overall, with affiliate, there's so many different partners that you can work with, and just because one partner works for a different brand doesn't mean that it'll work for yours. You do definitely have to test. I do also think right now there's a lot going on with card linked offers and safe listing, and you just have to test and see what works and continue to iterate off of that, which does take a little bit of budget, but being able to test and being smart and spend efficiently and always look holistically how the whole team is working towards the same goal. We do also look at ROAS on a blended view as well, because sometimes if you're just looking at influencer or just publisher, I think they all work together, and that's how you get an efficient program. It's not necessarily every month your influencers are going to see a 2 to 3x. It's just it ebbs and flows.
Okay, great. So we have 1 minute left. I'll just see if there's any questions from the audience before we wrap up our conversation here. Yes.
I'm wondering, so I think you guys you mentioned with Reward Style and other stuff, affiliate networks, how do you kind of manage the strategy there when you're going after a relationship you might have with an influencer, but then you're trying to work through a affiliate? How do you kind of balance that?
Yeah, so Well, when you're working with the sub-affiliate networks in a paid campaign, you actually by contract can't ask the influencer to no longer work within that network. So we kind of bucket it, right? So with shop style and with reward style, we have like brand ambassador programs on each network, and we give them a budget, on a quarterly basis, and they book those campaigns for us. And then on the side, we also have a separate budget where we're booking, we call it direct creators, and we carve out like our own high revenue producing influencers as well. So it's all kind of running in tandem, but usually no matter whether we're booking them direct or it's the sub-affiliate, they all have a similar creative brief that month, so that it's all kind of, we're telling like the same story.
Thank you. All right, well, Emily, thank you so much for joining me on stage today and sharing your insights about the affiliate channel and how it's faring for our place. Appreciate the time. Thank you so much to the Commerce Next team. If anybody has questions, Emily and I will be available off stage. Otherwise, you can learn more about the world of affiliate and partnerships at partnerize.com. Thank you.